reason why I feel so passionately about Seven of Nine is I've always maintained that the subtext of her character is the autistic spectrum. Because of her experience with the Borg, she basically has a form of neurodivergence. She doesn't behave or interact or communicate in the same way neurotypical people do. And as a person who is on the autistic spectrum, who has Star Trek made me verbal, Star Trek made me as high functioning as I am, I think there's room to explore that issue in a way that celebrates it, celebrates those differences. Seven of Nine can do things that no one else in Starfleet can do. Her great scientific intellect, her great empiricism, the wealth of knowledge, for better or worse, that comes from her as being a former Borg. So
Yeah.
having some fun with that, exploring that, celebrating that, that's the thing. As a person who is on the spectrum, I out myself on the first day of school. It's not a secret at our high school at all. And we talk about that. And it's one of those things where I talk to students who are on the spectrum, and some students say, I wish I didn't have this because it makes me different than other people. And as a person who thought that exact same thing at that age, I completely empathize with that. But as I grew up and understood that I had certain abilities that my neurotypical classmates and friends didn't have, I slowly began to embrace that. And I had characters on Star Trek like Data and Seven of Nine to thank for that. As a result of Data and Seven of Nine's examples on television, I was able to embrace my ability to quickly absorb information. That allows me to teach advanced placement psychology and advanced placement U.S. history. I am also a published public historian who has installed museum exhibits across my home state. And I taught myself Spanish in the same way I learned English, by watching characters on Star Trek interact. So that's the deal. Those are the gifts I'm talking about here, and they lend themselves very well to characters like Seven of Nine. Because of her Borgification on the show, she may have certain struggles with superfluous human interactions, but she also has tremendous gifts that no other person on the show can handle, and that is so important about Seven of Nine. Anytime on Voyager, there's a science problem, who solves it? Seven of Nine. She comes up with a solution, and everybody wonders, how does she do that? If I had $1 for any time any person ever told me, how did you think up something like that? Or where did you get that idea? Or where do you come up with this stuff? If I had $1 for every time somebody told me a variation of that, well, my house would be bigger.
No, I like it. I like. Do you remember how funny Seven is? She is
Yes.
truly funny without telling one-liners or making goofy facial expressions and such. Seven is really funny because of this, in the same ways Data is, that fish out of water personality, that learning about humanity, that is I don't know, that is really precious and is quite incredible. Yeah, what do you think about that?
And as a person on the spectrum, it seems like those that gave me a blueprint in terms of behavior to function, that is the redeeming quality of those characters. And as I've said before, I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but as a person growing up with Asperger's syndrome, during the time those shows were on the air, that did so much for me.
And it's like that cliche. It's not that we're laughing at Seven. No, you're not laughing at Seven for using the holodeck to practice dating Chakotay. You're not laughing at her for that. You're definitely laughing with her. And you're laughing with the crew as they're trying to figure out, as they're learning about Seven's need to explore humanity too. And you're laughing at the idea that Seven's undertaking this with a holographic doctor as her mentor. Like, there's so much that's awesome there and hilarious, and it's not stupid one-liners.
Greetings everyone, Captain Kanaka here. On behalf of all the educators at Teachers Talking Trek, I hope you enjoyed our little video here. As always, please let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you like what you see and want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter through the handle @TrekTeachers. So with that said, live long and prosper, e malama pono, and see you next time.